Take two. Feeling overwhelmed, overweight, or out of sync with your health and body? Overtime Fitness Toledo. Need motivation and direction with your goals? Overtime Fitness Toledo. Here at Overtime Fitness, we strive to provide a warm, inviting, judgment-free, family-oriented atmosphere, offering customized and nutrition workout training. Because you are worth it. Give us a call and book your session today. 419-708-0005. Overtime Fitness Toledo. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
How your lawn looks says a lot about you, so put your lawn care maintenance into the hands of someone who really cares. They're reasonable, experienced, reliable, licensed, and insured. They are Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. Commercial and residential services are available all year long. Call or text them today for a free estimate. Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. 419-708-0005. Top-Notch Lawn Care of
Left snap from the petrol. Mr. Trap Rap No Bizzo from the mud to the tub. And I'm rocking out with Queen Silvy and Tim. You know.
Today on the Queen Silvy Show, what an innovative mindset and high degree of determination and success, providing advice and the inspiration you need. Coach, trainer, motivator, innovator, and owner at Beyond Expectations Supportive Services, LLC, Ernest E. Easley III.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11, good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim, get smooth with Tim. They have you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show with the #1 spot, look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
That's right. It is me. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. I am Queen Silvy of the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show on this terrific Tuesday. Woo! I tell you what, you know I am fasting this morning on a Tuesday, but I feel so great and energetic. However, Smooth Tim is a little bit under the weather today, and you will not see him today. He's over there barfing as we speak. So send your hearts, send your prayers. You okay? Send your hearts and prayers, if you will, for Smooth Tim. But I thank you for tuning in. Spread the word. You are in for a treat, getting some advice, some inspiration from a wonderful guy. I'm going to call him Superman, and you're going to find out just why he is a Superman, doing some fantastic things. The phone lines, by the way, is open. You're more than welcome to call in, ask our guest a question, give a shout out, or holler at myself. Smooth, not today. That number is 817-602-0577. That is the number to the Queen Silvy Show on this terrific Tuesday. Before we get things going with my guest, what I'd like to do at this moment is yes, I like to share some motivational words. Smooth. Okay. As I'd like to do at this moment is I like to accept that clapping too, but I'd like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. True fulfillment comes from helping others. You know, helping others people is a cure, but it's not just for those who are in need, but it's for your soul as well. You know, a kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. So be the light that helps others see. And I promise, supporting another's success will not dampen yours. And that's because we rise by lifting others. That's right. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. I forgot to blow my audience a kiss. That is for you, because if you are watching this live, I want you to know Smooth, myself, the Queen Silvy Show, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on an archive, hey, our love is everlasting. We love and appreciate you as well. I know people's wondering, where's those shout outs? I'm going to get those shout outs out for you. You know, I promise. But we're going to get things going because he's a Superman. And someone might call him for his duties. You never know. But with an innovative mindset and high degree of determination and success, sharing what it takes to survive and thrive in today's world, providing advice and inspiration that I know you need. Coach, trainer, motivator, innovator, the owner at Beyond Expectations Supportive Services, LLC, from the Glass City, Toledo, Ohio. I introduce to you Ernest E. Easley III. Hey.
Greetings. Thank you for such a phenomenal warm welcome and introduction.
It's all true. Am I right?
I'll accept it. I appreciate it.
It is true. I like your name, by the way. I just like saying it. Ernest E. Easley, the third man. If that ain't a hot name, you can be like President Ernest E. But, you know, okay. Your friends and family, what do they call you?
It ranges. Ernest, Ernie, Big E, Triple E, names go on.
See, I knew you had a lot of names because I was like coming up with my own, like EEE or E3, E3, but you know, Ernest. Can I call you Ernie?
By all means, I answer to them all.
All right. Born and raised in the Glass City here, Toledo, Ohio. You are the eldest sibling of 10 children, father of 5, grandfather of 2. What? A mentor and businessman as also. But tell me about your family and how you and your siblings got along growing up.
So again, just growing up with 6 of us in the house at the time. We were each other's best friends. So, you know, we didn't go a lot of places. Basically, it was school, home, and church.
I heard that.
So it was awesome. We all got along pretty well.
So with all these kids under the same roof, what was playtime and activities like for you?
So we really did a whole lot together, except we had a neighborhood that had a lot of kids in it as well. So, you know, some of us would be playing basketball, some of us would be racing. We had someone who did our babysitting down the street who also had 3 children as well. So we did a lot of stuff together, a lot of stuff with other church individuals.
Well, see, that's a
So
blessing. You are really
yeah,
lucky and fortunate. I have 8 in my family, and I'm gonna tell you, I found out what music was by flicking sticks. You know how you go outside and play. I didn't
yeah,
have nothing to do, so I was like, "Oh shit, that's music." And but
yeah,
whatever it is, our house was a house where everybody knew where their kids was because they was over our house. That kind of like how
right.
your house is.
Definitely, definitely. My mother was one of the ones who people from the church, people from the neighborhood would come down and just felt welcome. Knew that there would be consequences to your actions, but definitely felt welcome.
That's all
You
right.
know, yeah.
I call you Superman because I've done my homework on you, but I've heard that you're a super dad. And a super dad and a proud active father, so now I'm going to pick on you because all throughout our conversation I want advice from you. I know you have a good head on your shoulder, and what I want to do is provide that for our global audience. So like for a single father, a single parent father in the world, tell him what it takes or explain to him the characteristics of a good father.
And again, I just try to provide and be as active as possible. And I appreciate the fact that it's looked on as being a great father. Um, I think if you ask any of my children, the biggest thing that they'll probably tell you I gave them was my presence.
Mm.
Not presence gifts, but my presence, being there, being active. A lot of it was necessity. Being a dad, a father. Um, and so I'm just real quick, just so being a dad, not a father, because a father is somebody who can make a child. Being a dad, to be there and be active, it was just big for me to just be there in their lives, trying to, regardless if they were upset about hearing it, explain life situations that I've gone through. Um, I have 3 older daughters and I have 2 sons, so explain to my daughters as I was coming up. Um, the male mindset,
Mhm.
because again, I was a young male before I was a dad, and to try and explain kind of the things that came in life, what we visually were attracted to and why we're attracted to certain things visually and our mindset as it grew. And with the boys, as you know, the boys are only 13 and 1, so um,
Wow.
kind of navigating them into the world we're living in now. The stuff that I went through, some of it is kind of timeless. Some of it is new in this new world that we live in. So
Right.
just again, just being there to be able to have them to upset them, work through being upset and adversity, and enjoying their high moments as well.
Well, you know what? That is a good. And you said there's a difference from father and dad, right? Tell me what that was.
Yes.
Tell me that again.
So again, to father a child is that's the procreation and the effect of having sex with somebody. That's basically what it is. That's fathering a child. Any and everybody can do that. Anything that reproduces that way. The dad part is that presence. That dad part is that giving your mind, your time, being that first coach, that first mentor, that first counselor. That's the dad part that I feel that is key to just being the best dad you can be. And
It's
again,
very
I've never
memorable
go
too.
ahead.
You're leaving a legacy when you do give birth to a child. So being that support, we all learn things every day. So to learn something and share that learning and prepare them for their future is that's why I said you're Superman. I'm not being funny about it. Look, I'm a super queen. I'm gonna just keep it real. I
Indeed.
have to see how you feel about yourself, and then when I look at you and the things that you've done, listen, you are a Superman. Forget the movie. I'm talking for real, for real. It takes an all-around person to learn from their own mistakes and their experience, and also be there to support and go through the whole emotions, everything that it comes to, because you said it right. We've been there. We've been through those
Yeah.
steps. But things change and you're there because you know what it's like. You I'm sure have friends that's an absent father, someone who should be there when they're not, but yet I'm going to move on from there. How about that? You mentioned
Yes.
the
Yes.
coaching part. Smooth Tim, he has coached youth ice hockey, baseball, and soccer. And I think, in my opinion, all of that entitles some passion
and some patience. What sports and activities do you coach and train?
So starting off out of high school, I did t-ball. It was a first job that I had. So I did t-ball. When my children got into the YMCA sports, I went into basketball or whatever they was playing. I found myself coaching, training, and coaching now. I pretty much stick to basketball. We do some. So I do general population. So I did junior high, I did high school, and I do Special Olympics as well. And so with
Wow.
Special Olympics, we found ourselves at a place where the athletes would be getting ready for basketball season, but they weren't in any shape. And the time it took to put the IQ of basketball in was kind of being overshadowed by getting somebody able to get up and down the floor. So what we talked about was incorporating a workout system that was just general fitness. So they come in and do all around CrossFit. And, I have a basic knowledge where I can get you in shape and teach the fundamentals of any sport, which is your core and your base. And then we were able to bring in a few other people that actually do training to kind of take it over. So that was awesome. And with my children, a few other people who kind of reach out, I'll kind of do overall training. But my main focus to me is basketball. I enjoy basketball. I played it. And all my children has played basketball so far.
Look at you. So as a coach, what's your style of coaching? Are you like the mean coach, the good coach? Tell me about how you are as a coach and trainer.
So I'm very high energy with a lot of stuff, and so if anybody sees me, and it depends on which area you see me in. I'm typically kind of quieter, laid back most of the time. But basketball, I'm very high intense. I talk fast. However, I've been told that when I talk fast and loud, I'm very clear. People can understand me. So I'm very high energy. I'm jumping around. I'm pointing. I'm laughing. But the biggest thing is ultimately positive. It's never what you shouldn't have done. It's what you could have done better. It's improvement on the moment, kind of how you said in your opening words.
Uplifting, not degrading. You know what I mean? Motivating.
Everything that I've coached, yes, everything that I've coached is ultimately a step towards something else. And it may not even be for basketball. That's what I tell everybody. Basketball is kind of a precursor for life. How you can get along with people, how you're going to apply yourself, how you're going to do your part within the team to just go forward and make everything better. So just trying to make everything kind of as fluent and as positive as possible.
What's the ages that you work with?
So in my career, I'll say I've done everything from 3-year-olds all the way up until I had a guy on my team that was 76. So
76.
76 Special Olympics. You play until you don't want to play no more.
That's what's up. That's good. Yeah. You really do have patience. I mean, first coming from a big family, you guys obviously love each other and get along, and you've taken that the next step from even being a father. I mean, really, you are. I'm going to just use Superman, take you Superman as it is today. But, out of all of that, have you ever encountered criticism from the fans or the parents on how the team plays or if they lost the game?
Always. I mean, and that's part of life. I'm gonna say, so to throw the coaching and not segue into it too quick, but as a business owner, as a coach, as a father, as an older sibling, you have to be willing to take those high moments with those low moments. And if you can't take the low moments, figure out what the truth in it is. If there's something you could have done better, and then speak out and ask, hey, I appreciate that. Let me work on it. That's the part, again. So I've been, man, coach, that was a great game. We pulled it out to if coach would have put this person in, or if coach would have put that person in, it's like, hey, you know what?
Well, again,
I'm not coaching the NBA, so obviously I have room for improvement.
That's all right. We all can, but you're good at what you do. But when you're dealing with the young kids, how do you motivate them, or what do you say to them when they win? And what do you say to them when they lose?
So I'm big on humble. So I want you to be proud and excited. However, I don't like, yeah, we did it, we beat you up. It's kind of like, hey, man, another great victory in the books. Let's see some stuff that we did good, but tomorrow we're going to talk about the things that we can improve on, because there's steadily room for improvement. And so, again, the big thing for me is making sure that people understand that
That's good.
this is a momentary success.
That is so good,
You know,
because
yeah,
have you seen some of the high school games? When they lose, they ready to fight in the parking lot, and
yes,
molding these youth to where they be mentally and physically is the way to go, because they can be that very one when they get up there, wanting to shoot the coach because the son didn't get time
yep,
in, or wanting, and these days people is going off the chain on everything. I've never thought that I would see a church get shot up. Come on now, or a school. You know what I'm saying? So these kids need mentors. They need those that can motivate their mind and can keep them going and active, because I can't stand a
yes.
kid when they say I'm bored. What? Bored? Oh, I will put you to
Well, no such
work.
thing.
Right, right. You got to learn how to make good use of your time, and it's no need in pointing fingers. Just ask if you don't know, or do your
Yes.
research. It's people, it's organizations, it's places out there that is making a difference, and I'm telling you, you are making a difference, and I want it to be known that you're making a huge difference in the community as well as the
Thank you.
world, with Beyond Expectations Supportive Services LLC, which provides support to people with developmental disabilities. Woo! What was the key driving force for you anyway, Ernest, to even begin to venture into that type of role and business?
It's funny you asked that. We were just talking about this with some other of my peers, and it's it kind of drew me in. I didn't really go looking for it, but when I was younger, I was taller, so they would say, "Hey, Ernest, come walk these kids down to the lunchroom," and I would get made fun of it, because here I am walking some kids to the lunchroom. Um, they were in the back then they called the LD classes. So I'd walk kids to the lunchroom. When I first started coaching T-ball, as I said, I had the kids who just didn't run the same. Maybe had a little bit more learning difficulty with the concept. And it's like, man, what is it? And so as I began to do different things, it just slowly but surely became more and more part of my life. I sustained the energy working my main job. Someone asked me if I wanted a part-time job, and I'm like, all right. I got into it. The duties they told me I was supposed to do didn't really match up with what I felt should be done, so I did a little bit more. I kind of went beyond expectations. Um, and so then they put me in charge of a few houses. Another company asked me if I wanted to become employed. I worked for that company for 13 years. During that time, it was a lot of great on-the-job learning experience. The county and the state were kind of pushing me to kind of open up my own agency, and it really wasn't a job. It was I was blessed to be able to provide support and get compensated monetarily for it.
What? Hey, best kind of job there is. When you love what you're doing, it's not a job anyways. You feel me? And
Indeed,
blessings come in many
indeed.
ways, and you are blessing so many people. How long have you actually been with your own business?
Uh, 2018, I opened up.
Okay. Okay. No looking back. Continue going on there without even
Indeed.
crossing the boundaries of confidentiality. Tell me a little bit about some of your clients. How are they? Their attitudes, behavior. Tell me about it.
So this is another great time for me to kind of open up our verbiage, our vocabulary. So instead of clients, instead of consumers, instead of um, patients, we refer to individuals who provide support for as PALS.
Pals, I like that.
Yeah, persons accepting living supports.
All right. Did you make that up like that?
I did because, quick story. I was walking through the grocery store with an individual I was providing support for, one of our pals, and this was before I opened up the agency. And somebody said, "Hey, you're working? You're at the store. Oh, who you got here?" And the individual who I was with was very offended, and so I introduced him. Hey, this is John, for lack of a better term, right now, and asked John what he's here for. and they were very ecstatic that I was able to involve them in the conversation versus somebody talking at him or about him. And so, as I'm coming up with the name for the agency, as I'm coming up about how what my niche would be, how we would be different than other agencies. One of the things was allowing our individuals that we provide service for, our pals, to kind of be on the front line. They're the reason that anything of this exists. So we serve pals everywhere from total care, who are wheelchair bound, all the way up into high function. We have an individual who actually drives himself and has children, and we
All
still
right.
provide some support for them.
That's what's
So
up.
we're able to provide all types of care.
That is really great because regular children or they go through peer pressure, but when you're a developmental disability, you go through a lot of peer pressure, different looks, and that hurts our feelings, our self-esteem. You guys instill confidence, and not only confidence, it's the smiles. And I want to show you guys right now a little snippet. It doesn't even do total justice of the great work beyond expectation supportive services does, but look at this video and watch the smiles that you see right here on the Queen Silvy Show. Isn't that just great? I am telling you that is so good. You are a blessing and teaching, mentoring, and doing so much. And that's why I wanted to have you on the show to show the world there are good people out here making a difference. And you can do that as well. It just takes a little kindness. It just takes a good word. Just say hi, smile, a lot of things, but you go beyond expectations, and that's a pretty good name for your business as well with what you do. But what out of all of this that you're doing, Ernie, what do you like best about working with pals? Can't hear him. Say that again. You're muted.
All right, there we go.
Don't
There
you
we go.
mute me out of there. Look, what do you like best about working with pals? It's all good.
So the best thing about providing support to the individuals that we serve, our pals, is just making a difference. Um, Providing opportunities that may not have otherwise been afforded to them. We just had an individual who we had to do some extensive research. We had a parent that was able to donate, actually just let us use a Hoyer lift to let him go out of town and stay in a hotel and go to the Football Hall of Fame over the weekend. Um, so just things like that, being able to make a difference and allow people to kind of, again, another play on the name, find their expectations and go beyond them. So it's just awesome. Yeah, just phenomenal indeed.
Well, you make it sound easy, but I know that, the road to success in leadership, because you are a leader, it always comes with some type of obstacle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's something that you have went through? What is an obstacle or challenge that you've went through that you've overcome and can stand proud with it?
So to pick the one out of many, because what is Nelson Mandela, without success, there could be no struggle. So there's many. There is the everybody's going through a staffing crunch right now. So staffing is definitely one of the things. And then again, to business owners, you have to stay involved in your business. So I'd say staffing is one of the biggest ones.
Hold it. Clarice is asking, are you hiring? Are you hiring?
We are always hiring because we're always looking to grow. So one of the big things, Ms. Clarice, is we try to hire people who don't want a job, but who want the opportunity to support. And that's the biggest issue, because people say, hey, I want to come in and this is how many hours I want, when do I get paid? And they skip the big picture, because we have individuals who have staff change turnover monthly, weekly, sometimes. We have some people who've been there since I opened up, which is phenomenal. And again, another big thing I was going to add at the end, but I'll add now, Beyond Education wouldn't be anything without the support that we receive from other individuals who are DSPs, as they're called, direct support professionals, who go in daily, who go in weekly, who give up the time from their families. And you can't pay for that. You can't buy time. Time is the most essential thing we have.
Right.
But again, are we hiring? Yes. What we're hiring for depends on the individual. I don't know if we put a link up or how we figured out. But there's certain requirements, obviously, to work with individuals with developmental disabilities. But yes, we're hiring, and if we weren't hiring, I also push for other agencies that are hiring that may be able to fit, because it's not a competition, it's a collaboration when we're doing this, because there's so many people that need support. So I do this personally and professionally, so I deal with this on in my real life with family members who have disability diagnosis, and I do it with it professionally too. So I definitely look at it differently than just the typical person that just went into business to make some money.
That's what's up. See, because I like the description when you say you are hiring, and Clarice, we're going to get that information to you where you can have a conversation, set it up, and find out if you're the right candidate for it. Because, it's hard out here with the pandemic. Everybody need a job. You get someone that want to come in and get a job just because they want that paycheck and not have that passion that they need for the job. And that's where you mean, I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, but you want someone who is really passionate about what it is that they're getting into. Don't look at the paycheck, because your blessings come in many ways. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And so you give that information and just submit it on there, because it is important to get things going. And then you started right about when the pandemic was like taken into effect. So how did that affect you?
So I started at 18, and prior to that, I was what's called an independent provider, where I could work with individuals, but I couldn't hire it. So as I transitioned, I came with, I started off with 6 individuals as an independent provider, and we now serve 32 pals. We have 32 pals who we provide support for in some manner.
All right.
The pandemic honestly did not hurt us terribly, because where we weren't doing day programs, we have 3 different levels of support, or 3 different kinds of supports. We do in-home stuff, we do a day program, and we do transportation.
Wow.
We couldn't get out in the community, so we had to figure out things to do without getting into the community. So you're a grandmother, you're a mom, you're Queen Silvy of the Queen Silvy Show. You have a lot of hats you wear.
Right.
A lot of our pals are only receiving support. They don't have a lot of other stuff to focus on. So that makes time that much more valuable as how you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to kind of come up with things that people could do alone by themselves. During the time, we ended up doing my son and I, we did a basketball workout via Zoom, which, the state of Ohio and Lucas County Special Olympics was awesome when they said, hey, would you want to do a video? So we took imaginary basketballs, we're dribbling the ball in the garage, and we're doing different drills. So it was it was a blessing and a curse. Obviously, we couldn't have practices. Special Olympics were shut down. But as an agency, we kind of took that time to, do more home services, do more things. It was definitely a time where you got acclimated to technology, because if you lacked how to do anything, you were not surviving. So you learn how to use tablets and iPhones and apps, and here we are zooming, which was a product of of COVID itself.
Hey,
It became very big. So
that's
we were
good.
using it
That's
before, but it's
really
definitely
good.
one now.
That's a great example of making good use of your time. I've had
Thank you.
musicians that take this COVID. You use your creativity. Come up with something. Create it. Make good use of. They've created songs, and you're creating activities and hand mind coordination. All of these things is so great and important, especially in the inner city with kids be like, I don't have anything to do. Or there's nowhere to go. Oh man, do we
Definitely.
need more creativity, more mentors, more people to support our youth? Because listen, I'm gonna tell you something. It's not just an adult thing. Depression.
Yes.
You
Oh,
know,
definitely not. Definitely not.
going through all these things. So and whether you are have a developmental disability, or if you just, as they say, regular in your eyes, you still need to fill those areas. So I am so honored that you are on the show to show that yes, you can do it. Yes, it's available, and show all the great things that you're doing. You're a busy man. I don't even know how you have time to eat dinner doing all that you're doing. I
So
mean,
another word we use is we try to use typical versus normal or regular.
right, typical.
Um,
Good. Teach me.
because again, we so one of the other big things is I do a lot on my disability, and people don't even realize it. So I was in a motorcycle accident back in 2008, and so I only got vision out of one eye. I
And
can
see,
only
no
see out of
one
one
knows
eye.
that.
So I tell people they both look okay, but only one sees right.
That's all right.
um,
Don't stop. Haven't
but
stopped you at all.
it hasn't. It slowed me down, but again, it was another part of that driving force. So when we talk about disabilities and what normal is, or regular, I try and use typical,
Typical. Okay.
because people don't know who they're around when they're speaking,
Right.
and when they say a normal person would, and I'm like, well,
Typical. I
I'm
like that.
kind of a cyclops over here, so
Right. That's all right. You taught me something already. I'm gonna say typical. Your typical ass. Oh no, I'm just kidding. That's a whole nother
right.
thing. But what do you do on a daily basis to grow as a businessman and a leader?
So I try to start my day out with some type of motivational listening, whether it's motivational music, whether it's motivational talks, something to myself, and I try and do it around 5:30. Some days, uh,
Them
some
the good
days
times
the
right
crow
there.
beat me, but I try and get up and invest in myself. I try and listen to more. Um, Mental, spiritual things that's gonna keep me motivated versus the typical music. Not that I don't listen to typical music. Hold on. Not that I am I back yet? Okay.
Yeah.
Not that I don't listen to regular music, typical music, but I try and keep filling myself with something that I can forward to others.
Well,
That yeah,
some of the
that's
typical
about,
music is
about a big
not
thing.
that typical anymore. Music has
It
even
is not.
changed a little bit. I mean, you got
It
to be
is not.
careful. Music is one of the best healing things in the world. Is music if it's the right
Mhm.
music. You see, I don't like a 2-year-old rapping some of this hardcore rap stuff when there's more education, more things that you can instill and then prepare that child for. That's just a little bit different
Definitely.
on how I am. But I like your regimen. Do
I
you
agree.
do you have a what about you as an individual, a mature man who is so busy on the go? You said it right that you have to love yourself, but what about your health? Do you work out? Is there a certain
So
beverage you
I'm
drink?
glad you brought that up. And I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Yeah, you are.
So I recently had to kind of submit, and I recently had to try. So I do the training, I do the coaching, and a young man who I've known since he's probably been, I don't know, young. We all came up in the church together. We kind of like almost even call ourselves cousins. Marcel Coffey over at Focus Fitness. Um, I actually just hired him as a trainer. Last Friday was 8
Is that
weeks.
here in the Glass City, Toledo, Ohio?
Right here in the Glass City, right over on Reynolds Road, Reynolds in the airport.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Right on.
and he helps to push me through workouts. He kind of gives me the texts and the calls to hold me accountable, just to make sure that, again, so I'm 45 now. You know, I don't know where the time went. I looked up and I'm like, wait a minute, wow. And
I
so
know what you mean.
exactly. So my brother, my son, I actually hired a trainer for my son and myself. So we're going, he's going 2 days a week, I'm going 3 days a week. And on the opposite day that I don't go with him, I find myself at a park or getting some type of cardio in every night. I try and take my 1-year-old, we try and go for a walk, probably about half a mile, quarter to half a mile every night. Just something to keep the blood flowing, something to make sure that I am keeping myself as long as possible, because again, there's enough things out here that's taking us out
Right.
unnaturally. So if there's something I can do, I try and do that physically. Food wise, I try and stay away from beef and pork as much as possible. Not that I don't like them, but I just know that they're not for me. And to anybody that calls me hypocrite that has seen me
So
with a
what?
burger
So you
or
a chicken
rib,
and Simon chicken? What are you? Chicken, tuna?
chicken, salmon, turkey. I try. If I can, I try and stick to as little meat as possible. However, that's
Especially in the
I'm
summer.
still working on me. I'm still working on me, because I do know what we digest better, what helps us to have a more longevity and just a healthier mindset. Period. And we be surprised about the food we eat, and things we put in our body. So again, I'm not gonna say, hey, don't do these things because I don't do them. I'm saying, like, hey, if you want to be a healthier you,
Put in
these
some
are some
effort.
things that you can do.
Put in a
Yes,
little bit of
yes.
effort. That
Put
it
in
is, because a lot of us, and I say us in my generation, as we get older, and things start happening, that's when we get into the regimen. That's when we start helping ourselves and doing. But it's never too late, nevertheless. But when you make it a difference and you're doing it and you're showing the future, you're showing our youth the right way to do it. Whew. Oh, gee, we need so many more of you. I'm telling you. But now, what about for somebody that's, I'm going to push the advice button. What about someone who wants to excel, but they're stuck? You know, it's easy to quit. It's easy to give up. But
it is. And one of the things that you said in your opening motivation, which was so awesome, I'm gonna go back and watch this again just so I can kind of piggyback off of some of that stuff. Seriously, one of the things is finding somebody. Just on top of that humbleness, learn to be live in humility and humbleness. Because there's so many people out there that's willing to help and push you to your greatness, and just give you that little nudge, even if they're not pushing you, but you got to be willing to ask for it. You have to be willing to, again, like I said, invest, reading some books, watching some videos, tugging on somebody's coattail, just so you can kind of get over that hump. Steve Harvey got a video that I send out to everybody who is kind of on that same struggle, and it just talks about jump. It talks about standing on the edge, not being afraid that you're going to hit the ledge, not being afraid that when the land is going to hurt, because it probably is.
Why don't you send me that? I'd like to put that out there.
I definitely will, because it's just, I was the same way. Before I opened up my agency, I assisted multiple individuals on becoming providers and independent providers, and hadn't did it myself because I was afraid. I'm gonna use the word afraid. I wasn't even cautious. I was afraid because I didn't have the ideology of being afraid is versus cautious, that I wasn't going to be able to succeed. So I definitely can understand that side of it. And one of the biggest things, I just got into the right circles. And those circles that I was fortunate enough to be able to be around kind of pushed me to say, hey, go and do it. If you don't, you're going to regret it later. And
right.
Again, I'm here. I'm surviving still. By the grace of the all high, almost high. And like I said, I would encourage everybody to find somebody to just kind of use as a mentor, whether it's a mental mentor, a physical mentor as a coach, or a financial mentor, or all three. But just find somebody that's going to help push you to that next set.
That's right. Listen, I tell everybody it's more than one way to communicate. Technology
Yes.
makes it even accessible. If you are afraid, don't want to talk to me, text me, message me, anything, but get it out. We here at the Queen Silvy Show is always here for you. Whether it's just to listen or if you want some feedback, we are always here for you. And believe it or not, people take advantage of that and they call at all hours. And when you hear the phone real late, you be like, oh. But it be
Yeah,
from people from around the world whose time zone is different. So don't test me
definitely.
because I will answer that phone and I'm always there for you. And you are as well, especially with Beyond Expectations Supportive Services LLC. What's any plans for the summer that you have? Any activities for the pals?
So we're looking at doing sandpiper ride. We're looking at doing mud hens. We have some individuals who's interested in going to Kings Island and Cedar Point. We're looking at doing a 4-year anniversary picnic camp out type deal.
That'd
My
be
oldest
nice.
daughter, she does the bumper ball and horseback riding and such. So we're going to try and incorporate
That'd
all
be
that stuff
nice.
into a whole big and so our acronym, if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it. So it's BESS. So that was accidental but on purpose. So we say nobody does it like the best.
That's
you
all
know.
right. That's
Uh,
all right.
so we're going to have one of our best outings and celebrations ever. Just go out, try and just appreciate everybody for sticking with the agency where whether it's the individuals who we have, our DSPs that support, the pals who provide an acceptance support, the individuals at the county board who continue to refer us, and everybody else behind the scenes, especially the missus at home who puts up with the late nights, early
Shout
mornings,
out. It takes a good one to be there and
in the middle
support.
of the
Yes.
days, and hey, I got to leave a function and go over here and grab and take and come back, and to my children as well, just everybody who have um, dealt
Team.
with me become
Team.
definitely, and what you said earlier, it takes the community because the music, the everyday occurrences when somebody say they're bored, mixing the community is now doing this,
Right?
watching TV,
Right?
and it's missing. But if we
Right?
provide those opportunities, that'll give them less time to be bored.
So let me ask you this: if you are here in the Glass City, Toledo, Ohio, I'm assuming you have a range of your vicinity that you work with. How can someone not about the job also, but what if they have a child or a young adult who is want to be a pal with your organization? How can they do that?
So I would tell anybody because a lot of circumstances are different. And I don't want to put out information that anybody just kind of attaches to because this day and age, we definitely attach to information and run with it. So I would definitely encourage them to call me 419-266-4321. That's the agency number. Come directly to me and kind of give me an idea of what it is that you're looking to do, what you need. I'll kind of steer you in the right direction. One of the biggest differences is mental health
Mm-hmm.
versus developmental disability.
Mm-hmm.
The fine line makes it difficult for me to send you one place. However, there are what's called dual diagnosis. And again, we can definitely push for you getting to the right resource
Mm-hmm.
to get you support. And at that point, if Beyond Expectations is someone who could provide that support and we are able to provide that support. So there's the difference. So one, we can support you, but do we have the staffing to support you? And one of the things, I'm not chasing money on this. So I'm quick to say, hey, go try this other agency who has the support that will
Well, that's what's up.
be what you're
If
looking
you
for.
can't, you provide resources and direct them somewhere
Yes,
else. You continuously
definitely.
uplift you. I'm not going to turn you. If I turn you away, I'm going to turn you to someone else who can do
Yes,
that. And that's what's up on there.
yes,
So, what about
yes.
the employment? How can is Clarice? Yes. How can she get in touch or anyone else who is interested? At serious inquiries,
Yeah.
please, for this.
So again, I used to be leery about giving it out, but it's on the side of all my vans on the building. 419-266-4321. Shoot me a text, not a call. At that moment, just let me know you're interested in employment. Uh, I'm going to send you a copy of my card. I'm going to send you my email address. At that point, you'll send me a resume. If you don't have a resume, we do have job applications. We'll do a face-to-face, and then we'll start the process. The big thing about the process is once we start to engage in the process, you're an investment. Unlike other agencies, we pay for your background check, we pay for your first aid CPR, we pay for your med pass.
Wow.
We do other trainings without you having to come out of a dime. So you're an investment now. And so that's why I'm glad you put out there, please be a person who is seriously looking for work.
Yeah.
Seriously looking to support. Let me go back because I slip up at times as well. Because at that moment, you're probably out, the agency has spent probably about close to $300, $400 on you for becoming a supporter. And, you know, we want to obviously have people who's passionate about the field and able to provide the supports. But at the same time, we don't want to throw money away.
Right.
And
well, who has
we don't
money
pay for
to
it. You
throw
do.
away? Come on. You know?
I mean, so the person who starts to work pays for it out of their checks if you don't stay 90 days. But we don't want that. We want people who are coming to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And as in stay, I mean,
long
as long
term.
as we can. Well, as long as it takes. We have what's called the TIP, TIPP. And again, I know we kind of run it short. The TIP is Transitioning Independent Provider Program. Transitioning Independent Provider Program. After a year, if you're showing that you have what it takes to become a provider on your own, we start you through the process of becoming an independent provider. We help you with the paperwork. We pay for your first year. Right now, the county board is actually doing independent provider stuff for free. So if you're trying to come independent provider, also get with me. I can help get you through that, and it's free right now. But after 1 year of being an employee of Beyond Expectations, we push you to become an independent provider, which means you can work up to 40 hours a week. We start off at $12 an hour. As an independent provider, you start off at 20.
Wow.
You know, and you can kind of make your own schedule at that point.
Well, now, if that isn't inspiring to go and take it to a level and make a difference and keep yourself, man, that you're doing some really great things, because, you know, a lot of businesses is not going to do that and is not serious about their business and their pals. I'll call them pals, like you are.
It.
And that is so great. It really is. So if you are serious and you're in the Toledo, Ohio, the Glass City area, please get in contact with Mr. Ernest E. Easley III. I'm just like loving that this spring. But that's what's up. But listen, is there anything that you want to add, or any upcoming events or anything you have going on?
Nothing I have going on right now. There's just check out your community. Everybody's always talking about there's nothing to do.
Right.
Just check. We got a food truck thing coming up. We got lots of what do they call those events? Pop-up shops coming up. You'd be surprised the stuff you'd find at those. We're actually thinking about putting the party bus in one and doing some stuff with the agency as well.
That's right.
My biggest thing what's that?
I said that's right. You do have a party bus.
Yes, it's kind of hush, but you know, it's something that
we'll talk about another day.
It'll be another day. So when we
get
it going. So the biggest thing I want people to do and take away from this is whether you're trying to grow physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, everybody use the Q-tip method. Q-tip. Quit taking it personal. Q-tip method. Because everything that somebody take to you don't have to take to heart and be ready to be at war with them. Take everything constructively, build on it, and it's going to make you a better person in the long run.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah.
See there, you have been so informative, inspiring, motivating, on just a downright all-around good guy doing some great things. I really appreciate you taking the time on this terrific Tuesday to be on the Queen Silvy Show. We look forward to having you back. Share some of the great things that you and the pals do. We love what you're doing, and I'm now a fan of Beyond Expectations. So again, tell everyone how you can be followed on social media, and again, how anyone that's interested in becoming a what do you want to call them?
PSP.
PSP.
Yep, BSP, Direct Support
PSP.
Professional.
I'm sorry, yes. Tell everyone how they can get in contact with you on that.
So the phone number is going to be 419-266-4321. You can also follow our Beyond Expectations page and leave a message in that message box. So you can also go on there and look up some of the pictures and things and things that we do in the community. And again, thanks for that awesome slideshow. That was awesome.
Did you like that?
Very oh man, that was very touching. You know, to see it work at times is awesome.
Yeah.
But again, just shoot me a text if you're interested in either becoming a DSP or more information on becoming independent provider or agency, so we can kind of push you in the right direction.
We'll do that very thing. I really thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. I look forward to
very
another
much so.
time
I
with the
was
conversation.
nervous.
You are not nervous. Are you kidding? No. You're not nervous. No need to be nervous. No need to be nervous, none whatsoever. But listen, I thank you for taking the time and being here on the show. We most definitely will be in contact with you again. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a great thing.
Thank you. I'm gonna get a shirt made that says Superman now.
Really, because you are. You could probably come up with some good acronyms for Superman because, you know, hey, it is what it is.
By the next show.
Show. That'll work. All right, Mr. Ernest E. Easley the third, everyone. Where's my audience? Yes. I charge my audience every night before, so we good.
Everybody have a phenomenal and safe holiday. Safe being the key word.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. We'll be in touch with you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day. On this terrific Tuesday, the Queen Silvy Show. Oh, I am inspired right now to go and make a difference, and I hope that you are. Each and every day you wake up, make the most of your day, make the most of your time, and be creative. If you can just think of something, go out and do it. Take the effort, if you will. I do have some shout-outs that I want to give because, no, I have not forgot all my special friends that I love very much. Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Queen Follette Clark, Kenneth Rouse, shout out to you. Shout out to Helen Myers, Peace Myers, Corey and Casey Patino, Joan Mercer, Queen Asia, Aaliyah, Tay, Maya, and Camille, shout out to you. You know I'm going to shout my poo-poo out. Omari, shout out to Omari, Jonathan Jr., and Tyron. Shout out to you, Jonathan Sr., Lee Allen Sr., Queen Sonia, Queen Kaki, Shanika Brianna, Alana, and Precious, shout out to you. Shout out to Renita Easley, Pam Anderson, C. Shorty Franklin, Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy and the All-American Girls, shout out to you. Gold Rosa, shout out to you as well. Donna Ferry, Pam Bailey, all the way in Africa, Amy Kanima, as well as Websterito Hostile Flow. Shout out to you. Shout out to Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross. They are over in the United Kingdom. Lorenzo Gabaniza, shout out to you. Hey. Where's that clap? Hey. That's right. If you would love to be shouted out or represent someone else, simply send me your name at queensylvy@comic.com. Go to the website, thequeensylvyshow.com. Wherever you're viewing or listening to this, simply send it in the comment section. Smooth will make sure we get this out, and we will definitely represent you. Every Tuesday with the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. Every Wednesday evening with Tim's Tidbits. That's at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every Thursday, oh, you are in for greatness on Thursday with the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, and that is every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do check your time zones, but do tune in. It's been a terrific Tuesday. You know me. I'm ready to go and smash and grab some food, but go out and enjoy your day nevertheless, and we will see you again. Amahala.
How your lawn looks says a lot about you, so put your lawn care maintenance into the hands of someone who really cares. They're reasonable, experienced, reliable, licensed, and insured. They are Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. Commercial and residential services are available all year long. Call or text them today for a free estimate. Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio, 419-708-0005. Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio.